Hey guys, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. Feels like I've been a while since I've done a pre-recorded video. If you've missed our 12 Days of Christmas live series, be sure to go and check out our YouTube live, our YouTube channel and the live section. We did all of our 12 Days of Christmas series and the Follow Me Through Fall series and live videos, and it is totally binge worthy. So go check that out if you haven't seen that yet. Today is our last project for 2025. I'm really excited to share this one with you. I think it turned out great. It's a perfectly timely gift card holder ornament, but it's also a sneak peek of some new products coming in the January-April catalog, paired with our Traditions of Christmas classic from this outgoing holiday catalog. So it's kind of a mixture of something that maybe you can use right now, combined up with some sneak peeks of some stuff to look forward to. So let me show you what we've got here. I did this beautiful tag, Christmas tag ornament, and it is also a great way to give a gift card. You could tie this one onto a package or give it just like it is. And then after the fun is spent, then it can be hanged up each year and part of the holiday decor. All right, so we're gonna show you a really fun way to give a gift card with a couple of awesome sneak peeks along the way. All right, so let's start with our the base. It's Secret Sea cardstock, and I cut 2 of these shapes already. So let me show you that. Those are our label shapes, and those label shapes are from the new Beautifully Celebrated dies. Let's see here. This is the largest one that we're using. And then there's another one that's missing and 2 that are missing. So it looks like it's 7 sets of nest of 7 nested labels. A set of 7 nested labels. Say that 10 times fast. Some great photo corners. This little sprig here is also from this set. And this is available right now in starter kits for demonstrators, or it will be available January 6th if you're a customer. All right, so I cut 2 of those, and then I went ahead and embossed one, another great product from the new January through April mini catalog. I love this embossing folder. This is what it does. We're gonna use it really quick to do our pocket. So let's first grab a paper trimmer. We're gonna cut one of the labels in half, and then we're going to emboss it to match. So I've got my paper trimmer, and what I did was I just lined up so that my edge of my label was at 2.5. And then once you get that straight on the 2.5 inch line and you're cutting through the center, now that'll make 2 pockets for your gift card holder. So I recommend making these in 2s, in sets of 2s, because then your half label can be used for the pocket on the next tag, and it doesn't go to waste, although it's big and it would look really great just like this on the edge of a card too. So if that's your card, like bringing it out on the edge would be awesome too, to make a coordinating card to go with it. All right, so I need to change my trimmer blade. Now I'm going to take this folder, and what I'm aiming for here is to get the same starting point at one of the points. So it's on a little bumped up and pattern edge. And so that's where I want my pattern to start on the pocket also, so that it looks great on the back. And then it's got these flat sides, and I'm going to use those flat sides of the label to make sure that my stripes are running level across. So as long as this is parallel with the stripe on both, then you know that you've got these running level across the label. All right, let me get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in here, and we're gonna crank a pattern on the pocket. And this one's a 3D embossing folder, and we're going to use 1 and 4. Let me give that a crank. All right. right, so besides the January-April catalog, we also have some online exclusive releases that are coming January 6th. And this is from the January online exclusive release. This is called Lovely Stripes Embossing Folder. I'm gonna take my tape and we're gonna put the pocket on the back of the label. And it's a good size for a gift card. You don't have to get too close to the edge. With that decorative edge, you're gonna have to take a couple of pieces of tear and tape across it. And just follow the curve with a few pieces as you go. Just run a couple and then tear, or run a piece and then tear. And it's gonna be like start and stop all the way around. Let's remove the liner with, take your pick tool and assemble. And we can just line this up at the bottom. So there is the back of our tag, the little pocket, and we can go ahead and pop a gift card in there. Now let's decorate both sides. When I saw the new Lovely and Beautiful suite, that's the suite where the beautifully celebrated dies is coming from. I immediately thought that it looked very much like a spring edition of the Traditions of Christmas from the holiday catalog. And so I knew that it kind of wanted to take the new incoming suite and use it to play off of the retiring suite that's been just so popular. I did a 1/4 inch hole at the top of my tag, and I've just got some, this is retired, but it's gold cord. It's pretty easy to find everywhere, but maybe like me, you have some of the retired Stampin' Up! Silver and gold. I got a loop of twine here, and I just put the loop from the front to the back and then put the tails through the loop. And that's how I'm gonna leave it. If you want to tie a thread knot at the top, now it's perfect for hanging like an ornament. If you leave it without the thread knot at top, then it's perfect for tying onto a little gift or a gift bag. So either way, got my designer series paper here. This is the Traditions of Christmas 12 by 12 specialty designer series paper. You're probably very familiar with that one. But let me give you a quick sneak peek of the Lovely and Beautiful designer series paper. This, if you ask me, is the Stampin' Up! Spring edition of that Christmas paper. So the colors in this one are Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Fresh Freesia, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Petal Pink, and Gold. And it's a specialty, like the Traditions of Christmas. You'll see it's got a beautiful floral on one side, and then the other side is a little bit more of a B-side pattern, all occasion, little floral checks. This is the light's hard to see that one. It's a petal pink with a white floral. So your A side is glammy with the foil and lots of flowers, multicolor florals. The other side is a little bit more of a all spring occasion patterns. Really kind of cool. I think they're gonna, I think it's gonna be just as lovely to work with as this Traditions of Christmas was. All right, we're gonna take the designer paper. This is 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I've got 2 strips, and I'm going to just put them in together. You know what? I'm gonna put them in back to back together. And if you're doing this with scissors, just do the same thing. Just hold them back to back. And then we're gonna cut a little chicken lips. And I'm gonna use my retired tailor tag to cut my chicken lips, but you can use scissors or a square punch. Just put them back to back because they're gonna go on, one on the front, one on the back of the ornament. And this way, they should line up pretty perfectly. All right, so we trim that. We're gonna do some stamping. Let's get some Old Olive and Basic White. I can't wait to show you this stamp set or this bundle. This is the Simply Beautiful bundle, and we are going to use this great big flower and some leaves, the small one and the sprig, and pair it up with this gorgeous Christmas paper. This is part of the suite in the January-April catalog. This is the suite that's called Lovely and Beautiful Suite Collection. And I hope you're seeing it. Now, at the end, I'm going to show you the same kind of tag, the one smaller, done with the new spring products too. I have one of each to share. All right, so we're going to grab some Versamark and the two flowers. And let's see here. I've got some scrap paper on my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I'm going to ink my stamp with Versamark, and we're going to emboss it with gold powder. Before I emboss, I do like to use my buddy. My buddy helps to keep stray powder from sticking. Makes the Versamark the only sticky thing on the paper, so no fingerprints, no static, and that way we get a nice clean gold on white image here. So let's go ahead and ink that up. We're gonna stamp our large flower, and I do like to do one at a time to make sure that the powder sticks. So I'm gonna do my flower and then powder. That's a big image. Let's see if we got it all. And I'm just gonna catch it on this piece of scratch paper today. Normally I transfer this into a little takeout container and spoon it over. I do not like the mess of embossing. I love the magic, don't like the mess. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing with the little flower. And we'll stamp, hit that with some powder, and then we're gonna hit it with some heat. And before I hit this with some heat, let me tell you, I had, because the fine lines maybe, I don't know, my powder wanted to fly off instead of melt in. So I'm gonna emboss it from the back side to get the melting started so that I don't blow my powder all around. It turned out to be a really good trick. Let me show you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is allow my tool to heat up a little bit. And then I'm gonna heat from the back side, melting the powder from the back side so that I don't blow the powder off the image. I don't know why this was giving me so much trouble this time, but it was, and that was my little hack. It worked great. And there they are. Aren't they beautiful? Simple, easy, no fussy cutting, no hand coloring. Just heat them up and they'll set it aside and let it cool for a bit, and then we'll die cut it. While that's cooling, let's grab some Old Olive cardstock and some Old Olive ink. And we're gonna do a couple of leaves. There's one, and then a sprig. Beautiful. Now let's get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and get these 4 pieces all die cut. And the nice part about this, especially this time of year, is if you just start with the right size pieces of cardstock, you can stamp your images, one for each, and then die cut them all at the same time, making one pass through the machine for all of your images, including even your gold sprig if you slide a little scrap in there and send it at the same time like that. I've already done mine ahead of time, but I just think that's kind of one of the thoughtful details about this project, especially this time of year when you might need some quick gift card holders that will become keepsake ornaments. Okay, so give that a crank, and there's our beautiful flowers and leaves, nice and easy. All right, so we've got our base, we've got our images. Let's get our sentiments done next. I've just got some basic white cardstock, and I'm gonna use Secret C ink. I love the Secret C color. I just can't even get enough of it. My greetings are from the Festive Friends. It's been a favorite, not just for the adorable images, but also for the greetings that fit perfectly in the 3-banner punch. So we're gonna do, we wish you a Merry Christmas. And of course, any little greeting you have will do. And then to and from. On white scraps. Beautiful, beautiful, striking. And then got my 3-banner punch here, but we're gonna give that just a second to dry. Sometimes with these dark colors, it's just better to slow roll a bit. All right, so let's get some dimensionals on the back of our flowers while we give that a second to dry. All right, and let's go ahead and adhere our leaves. All right, a little bit of glue, and we're gonna put that off the edge a little bit. Got our flower. Let's pop that on. And our designer paper. All right, so a little liquid glue on the center of the designer paper. It's gonna go off the edge, so don't make a mess. And we'll see, where do we want that? About yay high. And centered. We want it to go equally off the edges. And then the flower is going to go under the leaf, over the stem, and over the designer series paper. And that is our front panel. And then let's turn it over and work on our back panel. I'm gonna run glue. Now we can run glue all the way edge to edge. And we're gonna line that up with the opposite side and adhere those little banner, stick it down. And our flower. And I'm not gonna burnish my flower down quite yet because I'm going to tuck the leaf sprig under. Let's put a dimensional way at the end. A touch of liquid glue at the stem. And then we can tuck this one in. Here we go. Looking pretty good. Right, let's turn it over. Let's get our greetings cut out. And to from, I'm going to use this long center banner. And then we wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm going to use the flag with the chicken lips. We're going to put that a little bit left of center so we have room for our ribbon. Make sure your greeting runs level. Give it a punch. All right, before we flip back, let's grab our sprig. I showed you that earlier. It's already on a glue dot. So we're going to pop our sprig. Looks pretty good. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Over the sprig a bit. Going to grab my shiny red ribbon here, and I think we need half the width. I love to just take the ribbon, cut it in half hot dog wise, and make a more narrow ribbon. I've been doing this a lot. I feel like Stampin' Up! Has had a lot of wide ribbons lately, and with one like this, I'll cut as smooth and straight as I can. And I won't encourage it to shred or fray. Sometimes I like to give it a little bit of shabby chic look by encouraging it to fray. But because this one is kind of smooth and shiny, I'm not going to encourage it to ravel. I'm just going to loop, swoop, tuck, and pull. We got a nice little bow there. We're going to do it with as little handling as possible so it doesn't shred the edges. This one doesn't want to shred the edges too bad. I like that about it. And then we've got to flip this last tail to make sure that the whole thing is shiny red. And then at this point, if we've got any little shreds that I don't want, I'll just take my scissors and give a trim. Fix the tail. Oh, that's too sharp an angle. There we go. And cut it from the spool. Now we've got a shiny red half as wide ribbon. Now this one has been kind of temperamental for me. If you want to, you can put it on with some hot glue, especially since it's going to go on, hopefully, on the recipient's Christmas tree or get displayed, become a bit of a ornament, heirloom maybe. I would probably use hot glue, but my daughter Desi borrowed it, took it to school. So I'm gonna put a couple of glue dots underneath here, but with the shiny red, I do recommend a little hot glue. Hopefully for when I do this live on Friday, my hot glue gun will be back in the drawer where it belongs, Desi. Just pop that on there. Let's flip. We can add our to from greeting on the back. And for a little bit of sparkle, you guys, just gonna grab these traditional sparkling sequins and do a little bit on the front and a little bit on the back too. I think both sides need a little sparkle. So let's go ahead and add some gold glam. I think the red would be beautiful here too. It's up to you. Give that a turn. I did a lot of sparkle on this side. I think I got 5 of them. I said, what else am I gonna do with them? Let's add some sparkle to this holiday season. It's not too late. If you've got any questions about the project, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. If you're loving what you see on this new lovely and beautiful sweet collection and you want to join my Kitchenettes team, you can put these products in your starter kit. If you're not a demonstrator and you don't intend to be, these products will be available to you beginning January 6th. Catalogs are going out. Spoiler alert, if you're getting a catalog from me, you're getting one of these tags. We made these yesterday, and there it is, the Traditions of Christmas and lovely and beautiful tags. I knew those products would pair up just perfectly. Reach out if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.